I mean, I don't know if there's ever a moment where I go, I know who this person is. Because to be honest, I don't even know who I am. So when playing, like really, like every day we all evolve and we all change. So when playing a character, I don't think we get to this point of, got it, nailed it. That scene, nailed it. I never get like that. I'm always kind of discovering and learning about the characters I play. With each scene, they inform me. And I think that's how it was with Lucille. Every scene I filmed, I learned more about her, who she is. I'm not so great with insects, to be honest. But I do love butterflies. Actually, while we were filming Crimson Peak, I went to a butterfly farm, which was near Niagara Falls. And it was so incredible, you know, to just kind of sit in there and be surrounded with them. And by chance, this beautiful big butterfly, blue, landed on my face. And I took some, you know, a friend of mine took some pictures like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. And it's the same butterfly that is all over Lucille's room. And it's the same color of her costume and all of that. And so I saw that as maybe a sign of something, of that the character was with me in some way, which maybe that's not a good thing, but I saw it as. You know, when I worked with Guillermo on Mama, he's a very hands-on producer, but you know, I think he was working on The Strain at the same time, and he had many other projects going on. And so he wasn't there all the time. He was doing his other projects. I think when working with him on set as a director, I realized, I think, you know, I've always thought I work hard. I love to work. I do mini films. I love to be on a set. I'm, you know, very excited about that. But I don't think there's anyone in the business who works more or harder than Guillermo del Toro. And, you know, I knew he was a legend of cinema. I knew he was such a talented filmmaker and a wonderful human being. But that was something, being on set with him, just thinking, where does his energy come from? I mean, he really inspires you to dig deep. And we would work until 4 or 5 in the morning some days. But Guillermo always had the energy for it, so it kind of like fed you. There was no complaining on his sets. Yeah, playing Lucille took an emotional toll on me. When I first read the script, I was drawn to the character because it was unlike anything I had ever done before. She has this well, this bottomless pit of loneliness that surrounds her. And it's something that I thought would be an interesting emotion to explore. I don't tend to feel that. I don't actually feel that. I'm not a lonely person, and I don't understand the things that she goes through. I didn't realize when I thought, okay, I'd like to explore this, what it means to actually go as deep as she goes into that. I didn't realize the emotional and, of course, then the physical, wearing the tight, constraining clothing and the 7-inch platforms and the very heavy wig and all those things, how much pain Lucille was in all the time, physical pain and emotional pain. And yes, for 4 months, at the end of it, I was just exhausted. And I really had to take a big, big break to want to act again. Well, it was difficult because I was flying back and forth filming A Most Violent Year at the same time. So I was really physically exhausted. My days off, I would usually be on one set or the other, so I didn't have days off for a while. And I mean, there was one day, it was probably my favorite day in Toronto, where I had a birthday party, and you know, my dearest friends flew in, and we all went out, like Tom went, and we all went dancing, and we played ping pong, and we sang karaoke, and it was such a reminder of like the love in my life that I have, and it was a really nice break from what we were doing on set. Yes, I was very lucky. I got to go and see the house when it was starting to be built. And, you know, the pre-production offices months before, because I went to the Toronto Film Festival. And so while I was there, I actually went and saw everyone to see what they were working on. And that was very informative. But then also the more the set was coming to life, little things would inform me, like the hallway. There's a corridor, and there's like almost these teeth, almost like a long mouth, and the same, what looks like these wooden teeth were on my costume. And which I was always finding these discoveries and realizing, Lucille is of the house. She is part of the house. And I wouldn't have known that if I had just kind of shown up one day, put my costume on, and started. It really felt like I got to learn the history of the house, because Lucille had a history of the house, so it could do nothing but inform and help my choices. I did think in Lucille's bedroom, there were beautiful butterflies everywhere. And there was one, antique kind of like framed butterfly that was this blue color. And I thought, I'm going to take that. But then when I got towards the end of shooting, I thought, I don't know if I want to put that energy in my home. So I actually don't think I got some earrings. That's one thing I have. I have some beautiful little earrings that Lucille wears. But other than that, she's out of my life.